Florida is the dream in the eyes of many people, especially for retirees. And recently there's been a shift in the winds, and we're seeing more people who are moving from Florida to other places. And some are even choosing alternatives to Florida. Some are landing in the coastal Carolina area, and there's plenty of reasons why. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why people have been moving from Florida recently. And if you're in the market to buy a house, consider your options. Coastal Carolina may be the hidden gem that you've been looking for. So without further ado, let's dive in. Here they are in descending order. Number 10, a quieter, more relaxed lifestyle. Now, Florida's major cities and beaches like Miami and Orlando, they attract a lot of tourists throughout the entire year, especially during the winter months. So this means packed streets, long lines, non-stop activity, which can feel overwhelming for many residents. Now you compare that to places like Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, or Charleston, South Carolina, where many people who live in South Carolina feel a little bit more laid-back vibe and a calmer lifestyle. And this is one of the many reasons that families and retirees are choosing to move to this alternative. Number 9 is rich history and culture. Now, it's a quieter lifestyle, doesn't mean that you're missing out on entertainment, because places like Coastal Carolina has its own charm with beaches and all sorts of different cultural activities and events, live theater, and many outdoor activities. Now you often hear about Charleston and its vibrant cultural scene, especially for foodies, right? Because it has so many restaurant offerings. Speaking of restaurants, Coastal Carolina has over 1,700 restaurants, so there is a clear advantage over many areas of Florida. And home prices in many of Florida's cities like Miami and Tampa and Orlando, we all know that prices have gone up, but they've gone up significantly in areas like this. So a typical 3-bedroom house costs anywhere from $450,000 to $550,000. Now you compare that with the Coastal Carolina area, where homes in Myrtle Beach or Charleston are often priced between $350,000 and $400,000. Number 8 is the lower cost of living. Now, one of the main key reasons for people who are moving from Florida to the Coastal Carolina area is there's a significant difference of cost of living. Now, I'm in Florida today, but if you're concerned about everyday expenses and things like groceries and healthcare and insurance, car insurance that is, and home insurance and utilities, they tend to be lower than what you would pay in Florida. So these savings will add up significantly, and they'll even save you hundreds and thousands of dollars every single year if you're living there, right? So Florida does have its advantages though, because it has no state income tax. That's a win. But the higher cost of living, the higher property taxes, and hurricane-related expenses, they often cancel out that benefit. Now, this has also influenced many people on fixed income to move out of Florida. We get calls into the office every single day about this. People just can't afford to live there anymore. South Carolina property taxes are among the lowest in the country. They're actually the 5th lowest in the nation. And insurance rates of all kinds are generally much more manageable as well. Number 7, better weather and climate. While both Florida and Coastal Carolina offer warmer weather, there is a difference. Coastal Carolina is much less intense as far as the heat and humidity. Many residents in Florida say summers can be absolutely brutal, especially with temperatures that exceed 90 degrees plus and humidity levels that make it feel even hotter. While on the other hand, Coastal Carolina has a milder year-round temperature. While summers are warm, residents also feel that cool breeze that comes in areas like Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, which makes it a little bit more comfortable. Winters are mild in Myrtle Beach area as well, because rarely do temperatures dip below freezing. And this allows residents to enjoy many outdoor activities year-round, not just one part of the year, right? You're going to enjoy it. You're not hibernating in the winter. And this creates a more pleasant environment for retirees and families who want that balanced lifestyle. Number 6 is the risk of natural disasters. Now, we all know that Florida has natural disasters, right? It's a significant factor that drives many people to move from Florida after they've experienced this. And South Carolina or Coastal Carolina has a lower risk of natural disasters. Look, Florida is ranked number 1 hurricane-prone state in the country. So the coastline stretches on both sides of the Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico. So Florida is highly exposed from all sides. And we're not talking about just hurricanes, it's tropical storms and even flooding. So these disasters lead to many Floridians skyrocketing insurance premiums and also expensive recovery costs after those disasters. Meanwhile, Coastal Carolina has the occasional hurricane, but it is 75% less frequent than Florida. Number 5 is a better quality of life. Now, one major complaint that Florida residents have is this fast-paced, crowded lifestyle. and it's getting more crowded by the day, they say. Now, residents feel they're overwhelmed by this crowded lifestyle, and it's not just the roads, the highways, the stores, the doctor's office. You just got to be prepared to stand in line and wait. Meanwhile, coastal Carolina, it has its traffic as well, but it's a little bit of everything because it's also blending in natural beauty. There's still open spaces, and there's a sense of community, and the overall cost of living is less than compared to areas like Florida that have really high expenses. And this makes it more attractive for some home buyers. And residents, they enjoy that slower, more relaxed pace of life. Again, I'm here in Florida, but number 4 is the access to nature and outdoor activities. It's not always sunny in Florida. I'm here and it's an overcast day. It's been sprinkling on and off. So you will get that rain occasionally, so that's something you got to put up with. But many residents in Florida are thinking about beaches, right? They think about how nice it is to lay on the beach and palm trees in your background. Well, there is a palm tree here, there. But many residents think that beaches are going to be relaxing and comfortable. But some are saying these crowds have taken away that charm, because during peak tourist seasons, it can be nearly impossible to find a quiet spot in the sand or enjoy outdoor activities which are surrounded by people. Like the theme parks, they also attract massive numbers of tourists. So this additional urbanization all around Florida is making it harder to find an untouched natural space. In contrast, coastal Carolina offers a more peaceful connection to nature. So you're going to have places and beaches like Hilton Head Island or Kiowa Island or Pawleys Island, which are less commercialized and far less crowded, provides a more serene escape for residents. But it's not just the beaches that are drawing people in. Coastal Carolina is also the beautiful home to state parks. There's plenty of hiking trails and nature preserves, and the residents are really enjoying this outdoor activity and outdoor life, anything from fishing and boating to kayaking and just watching the wildlife. And this could be why many Floridians are fed up with the crowds and the chaos. I don't know if you can hear these sirens that have been blowing the whole time, but we're hearing a lot of sirens going. Do you hear that? I don't know if you can hear it. Again, it's moving to Carolinas. Could be a quieter, more fulfilling connection with nature or outdoor recreation. Number 3 is better tax environment. Now, we all know this. Florida is the winner when it comes to state income tax because it doesn't have any. But it won't take long for you to realize that the state actually makes up for it in other areas. And this could be higher overall cost of living when you compare everything. Now, Florida's property taxes, for example, they rank higher than the national average in many counties, particularly in high demand areas like Miami-Dade or Palm Beach. And home insurance, oh my gosh, I have plenty of videos on that here on this channel, but home insurance in Florida is also among the highest in the country. That is, if you can find an insurance company that will actually insure your house. Now, there is a frequent threat of hurricane, which adds to that financial stress. On the other hand, coastal Carolina, it offers affordable tax policies compared to other states. Now, South Carolina, in particular, is the 5th lowest property tax in the nation. Additionally, South Carolina offers several tax exemptions. Now, breaks on retirement income or tax exemptions from Social Security benefits, that makes it an appealing choice for many who are looking to stretch their dollar even further. Now, moreover, insurance premiums in homes in the coastal Carolinas are often far lower than in Florida, and the Carolinas face fewer storms annually. And number 2 is the sense of community. Now, coastal Carolina has a strong sense of communities. You got smaller towns like Beaufort or Wilmington or Pawleys Island, and these are often described as having this small town charm. And these communities are about building a strong neighborly connection. But safety is another big advantage because these smaller, close-knit towns like Beaufort also have lower crime rates than larger cities in Florida. But knowing and caring for their neighbors creates a sense of security and trust that's harder to find in these busier areas that have more transient people coming and going. This could be one of the reasons why families and retirees are drawn to those communities. And number 1 is the stable housing market. Now, there's another advantage in the coastal Carolina areas where it's more stable and predictable in the housing market. Unlike Florida, prices can skyrocket in one year and then plummet the next. But the coastal Carolina area has the steady growth pattern that's been happening for years. And cities like Charleston and Myrtle Beach have been growing and seeing a rise in value, and it's happening to be a more manageable pace. And many areas like Conway, South Carolina, which is just outside of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, is in its infancy. We're seeing many builders who are really bullish on this area and opening many new home communities all throughout the entire Grand Strand, which is 60 miles of coastline from the North Carolina border all the way down. You have North Myrtle Beach, you have coastal Carolina, you have Carolina Forest, you have Conway, South Carolina, Pawleys Island. There's all this area is all considered to be the Grand Strand. and it's growing. And coastal Carolina offers a really good balance of between living from Florida with these stable home prices, lower cost insurance, and a strong real estate market, which doesn't feel like it's a gamble. So what do you think? Do you like other states even better than where you're thinking? Do you like Florida still? Are there better options for you? You know, everyone is different here, so you got to consider all your options before making the commitment to Florida, because some people are now calling it's a trap, right? Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're enjoying these videos, because I am doing them here for you on this channel. There's over 1,400 videos, lots of helpful ideas here, so give me a thumbs up if you're good with that. Go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.